Milind Soman with...
Start again.
Hi, this is Milind Soman with Miss Malini, and I'm going to answer some Twitter questions.
So, question in from Serene, who says, all I want to know is why aren't you married yet, and will I make the cut? So what? Why aren't you married yet, Milind?
Serene. I have been married, Serene, to a really lovely girl, and we were married for just a few years, actually, unfortunately, because it was a distance thing. She was living in Paris, I was living in Bombay, didn't work out. But yes, I haven't written off getting married again.
Alright, and then someone else wants to know, so you keep changing your look. What does your style say about you right now? What are you going for? You actually look very different from the last time we interviewed you. You've got a little of the salt and pepper goatee going, you've cut your hair.
Yes. I don't know, I just generally do what I'm comfortable with. It might have to do with the season, it might have to do with the way I'm feeling about myself, it might have to do with what events are coming up, or if I've suddenly seen myself in a photograph somewhere and I say, oh, not this anymore, I have to change it, then that's the reason.
And Laksh wants to know, are you a Big Boss fan? Do you watch the show, and who do you think is going to win?
What's Big Boss?
Alright, that's your answer there. And Priya wants to know, how do you maintain your fitness? And you've been part of so many marathons. What motivates you to be a part of the running community?
Well, running has really changed my life. I used to hate running. Like I think a lot of people who are not runners from childhood, they hate running. I used to be a swimmer, and of course we were asked by our coaches to run every day as part of the training program, and we used to really hate it. Just get done with that 3 or 4 kilometer run and then just complain the hell out of it after that. But I always had a dream when I was a kid, since I was a kid, to run a full marathon, because that's what men do, men have to run, a real man should be able to run a full marathon. And when the Mumbai Marathon started in 2003 or 2004, I said, okay, it's come to Bombay, can't escape it anymore, I have to do this. So I trained, and as I trained, of course, I got to 5 kilometers, it was awful. I got to 10 kilometers, I couldn't stand it. I got to 15 kilometers, I just wanted to, stop. But when I got to 21, which is a half marathon, 21 kilometers, and I started running it quite easily, I began to feel a change in the way I was thinking, in my emotional balance, in my physical body, the way my body functioned. It was really an incredible change. And I got hooked to that. I mean, completely addicted. And if you look around you and you see the way the running community is growing across the world, it is this very same addictive quality that running has. Maybe it's because the fact that running is such a natural activity for human beings. It also makes you just feel emotionally and mentally so good. Maybe because of the endorphins or the serotonin levels or whatever the science wants to tell you. But the fact is, it makes you feel like a king. And that is an addiction. So every time there's a running event, I try to participate, I try to create more running events. Every runner is an evangelist. They like to tell people, you have to run. Till you run, you won't know what this is going to do to you. So there you are.
So I'll ask you a question, because I'm not a runner, but I have hope.
Twitter, I have to answer short questions. But
what do you tell yourself, and how should a new runner who's not motivated and suddenly runs 2 kilometers and is out of breath, what should you tell yourself to be able to get to the 21?
Well, what I tell people is when they start running is and they ask for tips. I said, don't try to run too fast or too hard. Take it very, very gradually, because most runners start over the age of 30. They probably not run from the age of 13 till 30. So that's like 18 years or 20 years sometimes that you've not used your running muscles and they've completely deteriorated. And so the way to start is to start really, really slow. Start with 100 meters, it doesn't matter. But the thing is that you have to enjoy it. You should not be out of breath, you must be comfortable. So these are 3 things that you need to remember. Enjoy it, do not be out of breath, and be comfortable. The moment you stop enjoying it, you stop right there. You must feel like running more when you stop. So as long as you do that, you will get to any distance and any speed and any time that you want.
Excellent. Last question in from Kajal, who wants to know, what is the craziest rumor you've ever heard about yourself?
Well, in a lot of crazy rumors. I think the craziest one was that I was having an affair with Ratan Tata. I don't know whether he heard about it. I've never met him. And it's been, the first time I heard about it was like 7 or 8 years ago. And then I heard it again last year. And people were asking me seriously. And I was like, what? That is too funny. So that was quite a strange one.
And finally, a message to all your Twitter fans.
Start running. Start running, start walking, be fit, be healthy, be happy.